Hello there. Today I would like to discuss the Great Revival. We all know that the Great Revival has been prophesied in the church for so many times, for so long, and heard different great stories how a lot of people will believe and the church will grow very rapidly. And that's a great thing to know, but nobody gives exact time. We only know that from the Bible that God is talking about the early rain and the late rain, which is the anointing and revival for the church. And we're expecting the late rain right now. And I firmly believe that now is the time for the late rain and that the great revival is starting. And this is because we see and feel that this is the end time. And I believe firmly that this year, 2023, is the beginning of the Great Revival, which is also the beginning of the Great Tribulation. Because we know that Jesus came in his physical body, and that body went through its tribulation on the cross. And now the church is his spiritual body, which will also go through its tribulation on the cross, on its own cross. And that's because Jesus is the way and Jesus is the path for the church and for the believers. And that's what will happen. I know some Christians, they believe and wait for the rapture to take place before the tribulation or in the middle of tribulation or some at the end. But that's not the case in the Bible. There are no direct verses that show that the rapture will be in the beginning or in the middle. There are verses that show something, but it's not specific for the rapture and it's not direct. Like we know from the Bible that the church has two branches, the branch of the Hebrew people and the branch of the rest of the nations. And that's described as the two witnesses in Revelation. So in the end time, these two witnesses, they will witness and spread the gospel everywhere around the world. And not only this, but they will also demonstrate with great power the glory and the nature of God. But at the end, these two witnesses will be killed and stay on the streets, as it's described, of this world. But later, 3.5 days later, they will be called from God to heaven. He says, come up here. And this is the rapture, which is right at the end. And there's so many verses in the Bible that confirm this. There are so many verses they say, in the last day, at the last trumpet, there's nothing ever shown for the beginning or the middle of the tribulation. There is one place in the Bible, which is in the Revelation, that is used most often to prove that the rapture is in the beginning before the tribulation. And that is the place where the verses describe the words of Jesus to the church of Philadelphia, which say that because of all the things you've done or you are, I will spare you from the tribulation that will come all over the world. And that sounds pretty similar to the Great Tribulation, but let's not forget there is another very big tribulation that is described in the Bible, which is the tribulation when Satan will be released after the millennial kingdom, and he will go all around the world and he will trick all the people and arrange a big army and go against Jerusalem and people of God. And that is the last big tribulation. But that's not proof that Jesus will spare us from the great tribulation before the rapture. That's my opinion. I cannot force anybody to believe it. And I believe that because all the verses, they fit very nicely together without any contradictions, which is not the truth about the rapture in the beginning. I think that is all I want to say for now. If there is good interest, I can create another video with a lot of verses and detailed study of the Bible just to confirm everything that I said and which is clearly visible in the Bible if you read and connect all the verses properly. I can say all the best and please check again this channel. There will be many other very interesting videos and studies. Bye bye.